Hello, this is Mark Tucker, and this is a quick video on how to set up PlayFab, which is a game backend system to use it with the Jovo plugin. So the first thing that we need to do to configure PlayFab is we need to come in here after creating an account is to create a new title, and that's the name of our game. So if we were going to create a new one, let's create a Jovo game. You can provide some additional information here. We're going to create that title, and that's going to take us into the dashboard specifically for that game. Then we're going to go up here. We notice here immediately that we're in development mode, and that allows us to have up to 100,000 players for free before having to pay for the account. So that's one of the great things about PlayFab, plus how easy it is going to be to get things setting up here. So we're going to go here to this gearbox. Title settings. So the first thing that we need to know in order to make the connection between Jovo to use PlayFab is a title ID. So the place that we find the title ID here is on API features, and that's that code right there. The APIs that we're using for Jovo for this plugin is using the client API, and so in order to use leaderboards and to record things like scores, then we need to turn on the statistics for this on the client side so that the client can post those statistics. The next thing we want to do is come over here to client profile, and that's going to allow us to define what is in a player profile and what can be returned back to the user, to the API call. So that's going to be the avatar, and we can throw in other things that we might want in there too, like if you want to ban them, if we want statistics. So we can include what we want in here. We're just going to go ahead and keep it simple with just those 4 values, and we've saved that here. It's important to quickly be familiar with this limits tab, because that's going to tell you how many of things that you get for free in this. So like player statistics, you can have up to 300 player statistics names. So like if you wanted to have a leaderboard with score, then that would be one of those. And so that keeps track of that information, and that's telling you that you can keep one previous version and be able to query. So you're really only going to be able to query the most recent leaderboard, not any leaderboards in history, though you can go to the site and download those. Some other information down here also would be where you would find out data storage limitations for user data. So 10 key value pairs, how big the user data can be. So this is information that's going to be important for you to know as well. The last part here is back here on the General tab. Depending on what you want to do, in our example, we're going to generate the user display name information and then pass that to PlayFab. But PlayFab is going to go ahead and validate that it's unique. You can either change that, and so that you can have non-unique display names in the system by checking that, or if you want PlayFab to add the digits at the end of a display name as opposed to handling that before you pass that in, then that would be a setting that you can set here. The last thing we're going to do while we're here is set up leaderboards. We're going to go ahead and create a new leaderboard. It's going to be based off of the score. Let's have it be a monthly leaderboard. And we're going to select this default, which is the last value. Whatever the most recent value you pass in for your statistic is the one that's going to keep. But you've got some additional values here. So now we are all set up, ready to use PlayFab. We can create players. They can have profiles. We can add scores, and we'll automatically get a leaderboard. So that's it. In other videos, we'll show more about how this integration between Jovo and PlayFab works.